Good evening, Guardians, and welcome to The Last Word, GamingLag.com's Destiny-only podcast. With me, a familiar face and man with the beard, Matt Bird.
How's it going?
Mr. Gloom and Doom himself, Sam Landry.
Blech.
And the fourth guy we decided to call in, Josh Quigley.
Always called in for support.
You're the fourth member of our fire team who can't come with us anywhere.
Yeah. But I want to go.
I want to go. Before we get into what we've been doing this week into Destiny, we want to go over everything that we normally go over. First being Gamer Support Gamers, which is a great way that you can sort of have us promote your YouTube stream, Twitch stream, gaming-related websites, and if you use the hashtag on Twitter, hashtag GamerSportGamers, we will do our best to promote any newer videos and stuff. The only thing we ask about that is we're not going to be retweeting, thanks for follows and things like that. Just try and get it for the new videos or the streams that you're doing. The streams are a bit harder because they're at specific times, and I mean, we don't live on Twitter, contrary to popular belief.
It's pretty close.
Well, it's pretty close.
What
Next
else
thing,
have you guys on your plates?
Yeah. The next thing we need to talk about is our swag shop, which is the easiest way to support us. If you go to gaminglag.com and click on shop or gaminglag.spreadshirt.com, it is where we have all of our merchandise that we have designed ourselves with Gamer Sport Gamers and Gaming Lag logos all over it. T-shirts, mugs, all sorts of different things. It is a really great way to get some swag, and all the proceeds go towards us and keeping this thing going.
Buy yourself a last word.
Keeping this...
A little bit cheaper than Zor.
Yeah. We offer discounts for people that don't buy from Zerg.
You don't need 9 strange coins. I mean 27 strange coins.
Yeah, absolutely. So what have we been doing in Destiny this week? Anybody want to chime in? Josh, you have the smallest list because you haven't had a lot of time, but
Yeah, I've played twice.
yep,
It was very good. I got my Warlock up to level 26.
sweet.
So there's that. Yeah.
Yeah.
First alternate character, that's awesome.
First alternate character.
You will learn to love the Warlock.
Thanks to a lot of help actually from Mr. Man with the beard over there.
Yeah.
And a couple other people helped me level that guy up, and I did the Crota raid once. And the Nightfall. That was
Didn't you get the truth?
I did get the truth.
There you go.
I had the truth, so I sharded the truth.
But was it a first version of truth?
No, I had the new version of truth already.
Yeah.
Cool.
I did the sword for the first time this week on
Yeah.
Tuesday.
And apparently you lose power when you do it.
No, that was the second time I
okay,
did it,
sorry.
but the first time on Tuesday I did the sword, and I did it, I think, fairly well, considering I can't go invisible.
I did it really well when I did it.
Absolutely. And then the next time I tried to do it, as Crota had a smidgen of health left and all we had to do was breathe on him, I lost power in mid-fight and everybody wiped, obviously, but they got him on the next try while I cried myself to sleep in darkness and no ambient noise at all, which made it impossible to fall asleep.
Fun.
Other than that, I really didn't do anything in Destiny. I was finishing Bloodborne and playing Axiom Verge.
Birdman? Because
My list is huge. We'll save me for
okay, no, let's
Okay.
put it this way. How many hours did you clock in on Destiny in the last week?
at least 20.
At least 20.
At least 20.
Yeah.
And that's being really, really modest on it.
Yeah, it is.
Okay. I got enough gear to get my Hunter to 32, so then I will now have 2 characters to 32.
Right on. Awesome.
Sure.
Yeah.
That's
That's
it.
pretty much it, eh?
Yeah.
Matt, what have you been
Pretty
doing?
much.
As much as I hate it, I've actually been doing Crucible and doing quite well. Got Thorn last week. Finished leveling it this week.
How many
How many exotics did I get fully leveled this week?
Yeah.
8.
Okay. Now a better question. How many bounties did it take to level Thorn up to max?
30.
Yeah.
30
The
bounties.
primary weapons are brutal.
Yeah.
It
Yeah.
was
They really are.
all 3 characters for 2 days.
Wow.
So it was probably more than 30 bounties.
36 it sounds.
Just insane.
Eris Morin too.
Oh, so 40 something.
Yeah.
I got Don't Touch Me. Practice running the Strike of Crota on solo. The first part, the Abyss solo. Can do that now.
The raid, not the strike.
Whatever.
The raid, yeah. That's all
Raid.
good. Okay.
Can
Lots
make the cheese jump too on my Titan.
Sweet.
Can't make the end yet, but first try with the Titan. I guess second try with the
Second
Titan.
try, but
Practice makes perfect.
Yeah. But I got my 4th Galahorn. Didn't.
Yeah, that was
First world
funny.
problems.
No. RNGesus problems.
Yeah.
Praise be to Galahorn.
Praise
Praise be to
God.
praise be to God.
Like a cult.
Meet a multi-tool. Meet a multi-tool is leveled now too.
Yep.
Such a good
Which-
gun.
We're going to talk
It's-
about that a bit later. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, got Plan C again. Finished the Nightfall 3 times. Was a Destiny Sherpa on Tuesday. Got the VOG checkpoint. And actually stayed in there for 2 separate 2-hour sessions.
oh
just,
man, you were literally just
Bored out of
Yeah.
your skull.
Yeah, no, I do this every Tuesday. They go, I get the VOG checkpoint, and then I share it with
anybody
as many
out there that
people as
listens to the
possible.
podcast and needs the VOG checkpoint. Add Matt because he
Jump-
always gets it.
You know
Yeah.
what? I'm working tomorrow afternoon. Jump on my character on my PS4 and just get it for me.
Yeah.
No.
No,
God damn.
you have to actually be there. He does enough work.
Yeah. It takes quite a while to do that, and then people coming in and out, and then people wanting you to get the checkpoint for them. Do the inviting and everything. I just make my party open and let people join me, and I just accept all the friend requests.
And in the meantime, you're watching a show on the other TV.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Probably going to be Powers this week.
Yeah. That all you got?
Yeah, there's more, but like I spent way too much time.
Yeah.
Definitely.
So we'll move on to the news now, guys. There has been actually a little bit of cool news going on. First off, being
Yeah.
Bungie is dropping the ban hammer. If you stay idle or you're carried through, Bungie will give you a temporary ban from these events, and if you keep it up, you're gone, which is obviously a permaban.
Yeah.
So
Going,
go over that in
going,
detail if you stay idle in PvP and stuff. Is that what you're saying?
PvP, so anything in the Crucible, or if the strikes, I know, like, now that weekly heroics are there, there's a couple of the weekly heroics I did, both on my Hunter and
Where somebody
my
just stood
Titan.
there?
It was me and one other guy. The other guy stayed at the very beginning when we were fighting the Nexus.
Yeah.
It's a good thing, and it's only going to be the worst offenders. It's not going to be those times that you get stuck or you have to run away or things like
I'm
that.
happy
Yeah.
they're not doing if you leave mid-strike, just based off the fact a lot of people
They're-
get disconnected. That's the issue.
Yeah, with that though, it has a lot to do with the people that have actually been reported through the report function.
Yeah, I was reading the report function is going to be more used towards this for
The
that. Like it'll
idol.
actually have a use for the idols and whatnot.
Leaving a match is actually better as long as they get their servers together and replace the player, because most times what happens is if you're 3 and then somebody drops out, nobody comes to replace
Number
that
of
person.
times we've joined someone in Iraq where
Yep.
they're at the end and we just join in
Yep.
and help finish pushing the boss to
Yep,
death. So
absolutely.
That's not
The
bad.
challenge is it's tough to penalize people who drop out because how do you tell the difference?
I am
between-
okay with them not penalizing that. I'm
Not
not. It'd be
dropping
impossible.
out. Dropping out is tough. People just staying in and not getting kills, like not moving at all.
Yeah.
That's different.
Yeah,
Yeah,
absolutely.
And like it's not fair to the other gamers, and what they're really looking at is the impact that it's having on the play quality, where it's incredibly frustrating. I know I went into a weekly strike just one time when I was on by myself. I tried to do the weekly so people didn't have to drag me through when they got on, and I had 2 people just standing at the beginning.
Yeah.
And I decided to just
I usually die on purpose so they get brought up to me.
Yeah.
And then they can keep dying.
Yeah.
Like it's just it really ruins the game when people want to put the controller down and let somebody else do all the work. Like they did speak to, they're not going to do it like if you have to put your controller down for a few minutes because the pizza guy showed up and you weren't expecting it at that moment. It's not like an instant ban where
Yeah.
a couple of minutes of inactivity, but it's
They'll
these
do
worst
it right.
offenders.
They have the technology to make sure they're banning the right people, and of course I'm sure there'll be a way to appeal it as well, and things like that. Blizzard did a similar thing. Final Fantasy 15 when it came out, or 14, sorry, it did the same thing because on launch they actually didn't have an idle timeout,
No.
and because the servers were getting so clogged.
Once you got in,
Once you
stayed
got in, you just stayed logged in forever.
Didn't you
and
stay logged in for like 3 days?
I did, yeah,
Yeah.
because otherwise I would never get
Play.
back in.
Yeah, exactly.
So 1.1.1 is coming this month.
1.1.2.
1.1.2. That's what I meant to say. Words, numbers, same thing. Is coming this month. We touched on some of these before. Torok and Flares are getting nerfed. Those were the 2 they had mentioned briefly a couple episodes ago. We talked about that certain strikes weren't getting finished.
Yeah.
Basically, as soon as people jumped in, they either weren't finishing it or immediately leaving.
Does Turok really need to be nerfed?
basically because he's a bullet sponge. Because compared to other boss, I asked Matt this the same, and he responded with, "He's a bullet sponge. He's got way more health than any other boss, and that's
He's
true.
got more health than Atheon
He
and
does.
Crota.
I guess if they nerfed his damage a little, it would help. Because like 2 rockets and you're dead.
They're nerfing his and the Flayer's healths, I think, by like.
Well,
30%.
they're nerfing his health by a third.
30%.
Yeah.
And the flares are each losing
33.3%, Matt.
Yeah.
They said 30%.
They did say 30%. He was more
Flares,
correct
too?
than I.
The Flayers as well.
I'm
yeah.
finding the flares are getting a lot easier now that we have 32.
It's 15% of their shields.
Yeah.
So it's not their
okay,
actual
it's their
health.
shield.
It's-
Shield is good.
It's
Yeah.
just that shield that's so annoying to put down before you put the
Yeah.
flare down. They're nerfing that by a
really
bit.
big.
Just wait till September when it becomes non-exclusive, and then it becomes a Nightfall. Then we'll talk about what the Flayers are gonna, if they're gonna be annoying or not, because I think
Well-
they're gonna be annoying as hell.
Only
One
if
of
it's
them-
every other Nightfall.
Like
Could you-
Omnigul when she first came
Oh.
out.
Yeah. Could you imagine?
Still.
Hey,
Yeah.
this week it's flares with Solar Arc and Void Burn.
But they don't do all 3 damages.
No,
though,
Yeah.
so-
that would be the best way to do
Yes.
it.
Yeah,
They
that's
do,
true.
I think.
No, they don't. No, they
They
just do
Arc,
Arc.
and Arc and Void.
Yeah.
Arc and Void would suck though.
Yeah.
Next thing is the Minotaurs on Atheon, which we have been commenting on since we started doing this, are being fixed, as well as some Crota fixes. But when you are the shield bearer in Atheon and you go and hit these Minotaurs inside the portals, sometimes it doesn't register that they're being hit, or you get them down to 0 health and then they spawn back at full health for no reason.
With a full shield.
With a full shield, like
There's been a lot of close encounters with you guys where you guys, Sam, we can't see, and I'm like, I'm still fighting a Minotaur.
Yeah.
Give me a second.
Yeah,
Just
exactly.
shoot wildly.
Exactly. So it needs to be done. I mean, the fixes probably should have came a while ago, but I mean, it is what it is.
Yeah, exactly.
And there should be a detailed list in the coming weeks for that update,
Which
as
will be
well
next
as
year.
yeah, as well as this month they will be announcing the House of Wolves release date, which is good. I still predict it'll be May.
June
I think
18th.
I'm saying
I'm going with May 12th or 26th just to prove the data miner wrong. Me and Josh have had this discussion the other day.
I'm hoping it's going to be May, because then that leaves E3 for them, because they will talk about Destiny probably at the PlayStation conference more than likely. I would like it to be May so that in June they can talk about Comet and what's coming in it, and then that'll get more
Well-
people excited for it and saying,
Well,
all
I
right,
mean,
and
they'll talk about what they want to come, and then after that they'll just basically cut that by 50% before the game releases.
maybe, who knows.
Well, at
a
least
little, a little bit of hatred. Just
at
a
least
little
if they only cut it by 50%, they've been learning to not cut as much.
Yeah.
bit. It's still same amount as Destiny.
Some of the next bit of news and the last bit of news that we have is some of the problems with the release and size of the game and features that have been coming out has been a problem for former generation consoles.
It's because of we didn't get as big a game. The heavy ammo bug, supposedly, I don't believe that, but the vault space was, and it's because the older gen consoles
I could believe that.
couldn't handle
Which
it.
is why I think when you're going to make a game like this, don't make it for the older gen consoles. I understand that there's a giant market share that they're missing out on. Destiny 2 will not be for PS3 and
But
Xbox 360.
My-
They won't do it.
My argument still is, who plays with the mouse and keyboard nowadays?
Yeah. Well, yeah.
Because that's the whole reason for not making it for PC. Because no one plays on PC ever.
Well, I don't necessarily
That's
agree with
ridiculous.
that, but they were probably paid by the console developers to say, "Hey, can you just
No,
make
the,
this?"
the actual true argument is, having 5 consoles to support is too much. Okay, cut 2 of them out.
Yeah.
Do 3. Do the 3 main
It
consoles
would
on
make
the market.
1,000 times more sense to do PC, PS4, Xbox as opposed to PS3, Xbox 360, and then the new gen consoles.
Sorry
That
for
makes no
everyone who
sense.
has the old consoles. We're not hating on you.
No,
it's just,
not
it's
at all.
like,
But at some point, like every piece of technology that we have,
Yeah.
they have to say goodbye to the old stuff because, I mean, it goes with everything. You can't have the original iPhone and hope that it's going to work for everything.
Can you still see phones that have the antennas that come out? No,
Right,
because
exactly.
the antenna's built in now. You don't
Yeah.
need to have to pull it out.
Eventually, they have
That's
to
a
throw
poor
that stuff
argument
out.
with how many times they've messed up the internal
Yeah,
antenna.
yeah, that's true.
Yeah, but you have kids, and I'm sure you throw your phone a lot.
Yeah.
you're
Well, this is going to be a little bit of a shorter episode. We do have a email this week, though, coming in from Infamous Sheep, who is one of our bigger supporters. And it is the subject of hand cannons, which I'm a huge fan of hand cannons. So he writes in with a very simple question and says, Last Word versus Thorn. What is better in Crucible, in your opinion, and why? And I'm going to go last.
Are you gonna go last?
Yes.
Is anybody else going to go?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
Me first?
Yeah, sure.
Okay. Last Word is good if you don't want to snipe, I guess. Thorn, on the other hand, is basically a sniper primary that will slowly kill you if you get at least 3/4 of his health down.
The positive thing about Thorn is when you shoot with it, even if you hit them in the body, they're hurting for a while.
Oh yeah,
Like I've been killed to that poison a number of times.
Like,
so
Yeah.
Thorn is OP in Iron Banner.
yeah,
It's very overpowered.
if it's
still.
maxed out, yeah, it's deadly.
It's you know what
One of the most used weapons in PvP, like for sure.
I whine about it and how annoying it is. I use it. I have
Yeah.
to admit, but it's one of those things where if you can't beat them, join them.
Yeah, 100%.
If I want to win matches, I
in
gotta,
any game, why would you do that? It's just like when Destiny first came out with Crucible and everybody's using shotguns. Okay, well then use a shotgun.
Like
I get that. It's really powerful, but
now that I've met a multi-tool, I'll be interested to see how that pans out in Crucible in Iron Banner because
Sure.
oh man,
Which is
So
what's
beautiful.
going to bring it to me.
Yeah.
I'm not a hand cannon user, and this week in Crucible, when I've been playing, I've been using Media Multi-Tool. While using Media Multi-Tool, my kill-death ratio, the lowest it has been, is 2.01.
I'll actually support that decision 100% because my setup right now, because I am obsessed with Invictive, it's the best gun in all of Destiny, and I use Fang of Uriut as a scout rifle for my primary so I can use Invective because, my God, auto shotty is so overpowered. It's so good.
My problem-
and I don't have to worry about picking up ammo.
my problem is with scout rifles. If they don't have full auto or hair trigger, I don't want to touch it.
Yeah,
I feel like I
Multi-Tool,
can't.
It's as fast as you
Yeah,
can tap.
I feel like I can't keep up with like the ratio. Like people are shooting me
I
faster.
can see that. Like if I wasn't playing Iron Banner, I may actually switch to Vision of Confluence, like because that
Yeah.
gun's amazing.
Oh my god,
But yeah,
that's true.
But if I had to choose a hand cannon, I'm assuming Infamous Sheep must be an Xbox player because you left out the most powerful, the best hand cannon, which I won't go too much into because I know you want to talk about it.
that's
Um,
yeah.
Hawkmoon. Hawkmoon's
don't
the
like
best
it.
one.
I don't like
Hawkmoon
it.
is the best hand cannon for PvP. It is a one-shot kill if you get lucky enough with aces in the whatever.
Well,
The bullets do bonus damage randomly, 3 of them.
Well, you gotta dust off the calendar when you reload it.
I don't need to reload it because I kill everybody before I need to.
I like
It's-
you said it. Thorn reloads amazingly fast.
So does
So does Last Word.
Hawkmoon if you get that perk. It doesn't matter.
Unless you have the gear, I don't find.
I loved Hawkmoon. I used it until I found Invective to be so useful. But Hawkmoon, in my opinion, is better. Unfortunately, if you are on Xbox, you don't get that until probably September. And
I think it's September. The 1 year.
well, hopefully.
the 1 year hold ends.
But Hawkmoon is so good. It is incredibly accurate, and the kickback, like your sight almost goes back to exactly where it was as soon as you're done shooting it. That's probably the biggest discrepancy I have with Thorn is that it's a little bit wild in that case.
Yeah.
Like if I get a headshot as far as Hawkmoon goes,
Too wild.
I know if I shoot twice, I'm getting 2 headshots if the person's standing still.
I guess. I guess.
Which they do a lot.
They do a lot when they're capping a hill.
I guess I
true.
just have more skills with Thorn than you do because I always get headshots.
Oh yeah,
I
I'm not
always get
saying
the
I can't
plus
get
10
headshots.
points with
If you
Thorn.
want to
Oh.
talk about accuracy, Fang of Uriut, I don't shoot anything other than a headshot with that gun because it's so accurate.
Now, it wasn't PvP, but if you want to talk about accuracy, I was sniping thralls from on top of a hill based on where their eyes were. I could see little specks of their eyes and getting headshots from across the map in the Crota raid
Yeah,
over top of Matt's dead body just to entertain him.
yeah. It's
Waiting for you to join us, actually.
oh yeah.
Yeah.
I wasn't there yet.
So to answer that
Or
question, I would say
you were
Hawkmoon
joining
is.
us.
If I were to pick between the two, though, I would have to pick Thorn over Last Word because I do like that damage over time perk. It is
Well, you get 3 shots on him. You can basically turn around and walk away, and he's dead.
exactly if
Yeah.
if you do have really poor if you do end up having poor accuracy against somebody and you shoot him once in the head, once in the body, you can turn around and he dies.
Yeah.
no matter what. Like there's.
I've gotten so many postmortem kills with
Oh,
that
yeah.
thing. It's
Absolutely.
great. It's like, oh, get 15 postmortem kills in a game. Oh, that's easy.
Yeah.
It's one match with Thorn.
Yeah, it's really, really, really good in that way. Last Word's okay. I don't actually have it on my characters, but I've seen you guys use it and stuff. It's good, but I think
It's a
Thorn's
very
better.
fun weapon.
Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely.
It is. If you're the opposite of me and don't like... If you like hip firing, yeah.
Yeah.
That's where it wins. It's because you get
Well,
bonus damage from hip
in
fire.
Crucible, the argument could be made you should almost always be hip firing with hand cannons because it's a
Unless
lot
you're
easier.
using Thorn because you're sniping.
Well, I still use
I hide behind the wall
Hipfire.
and peek around the corner and just pop shots at them.
Yeah.
What? Great.
I still stand by like the setup I have right now that I very much enjoy. I mean, we were playing Shores of Time that night when we were doing Iron Banner, and literally Matt was standing there beside me, and he could not get one kill because Fangaviriute was just he would throw a grenade and the guy would drop before the grenade even got there.
My favorite
So-
part is when you got the heavy ammo. And
Yeah.
just basically said, "This is my hill," and just mowed everyone down.
Yeah.
That was great.
Crucible can be really fun because
yeah.
obviously playing against something that has set parameters like a raid or any sort of PvE environment, Crucible you have to play against people that'll react, and you never know how they're going to react. So that's why I like Crucible from
Sure
time
you
to
do.
time.
When Sam loses, he gets mad and throws his controller.
Okay, I know how people
That's
react.
raids.
That's yeah,
no,
different.
that was. Oh, don't get me started on that event.
But that pretty
I was overhearing that.
that pretty much
From
does
a different room.
That pretty much does it from for this show. Again, I understand these shows are going to be a little bit shorter until we get House of Wolves. Then we'll probably have some pretty robust content and what we've been doing in Destiny to talk about, and then we will either continue to do every week or we may actually go every other week depending on the content we get after House of Wolves. So let's do some plugs and go around the table. If you want to follow me, I am at Chalice. If you want to follow Matt,
I'm at ManW the Beard.
and if you want to follow Sam,
Mr. Gloomadoom.
and if you want to follow Josh,
At Joe Quiggle.
and if you want to follow us as a collective group, we are at Gaming Lag, 2Gs and Lag. That is the most important one to follow, of course. We will have all of our updates on there. We're going to have some content coming out this week. We're going to have some Let's Play Indies, some Let's Play Helldivers. Thank you, everybody who joined the stream, by the way, for Helldivers. That was really, really fun, and we may do that on a regular basis.
That was a lot of fun.
And a Let's Play Diablo, which was also really, really fun. And we have some other projects in the works, things like that. So support us by going to our shop. Support gamers by subscribing and checking out all those different gamers on that page. And yeah, am I missing anything?
Nope.
All right.
And that's the last word.